There you are. Hey, I am Divine Maverick, also known as the mother of twins, helping you on the twin flame journey. If this is your first time watching the channel, thank you so much for being here because I know you could have been anywhere in the world, but spending a little time with me gives me the goosebumps, like the warm fuzzies. So thank you so much for being here. If you are returning, welcome back, Divine Feminine. This is your energy read. I heard the question that is the title of this video while I meditation. Holy Spirit said, "What did you learn from your last relationship? What did it teach you? What did it teach you?" And so I said, "Oh, what did your last relationship teach me? Oh my gosh!" So I was able to reflect on some things that I learned in my last relationship, which a couple things. The biggest one was um, self-respect, self-respect, respecting myself enough to and throw in confidence, respecting myself enough and having the confidence in my abilities enough to know that I could make it on my own. I was privileged and honored to have been retired from the military and got married and was able to not do anything, but not do anything. I mean, I didn't have to go to work for anyone. I was am and still full time ministry. So that's all I did all day is study the Bible and talk to folk, counsel and prepare for services. So um, I was able to do that. I didn't pay anything. I ain't paid nothing. Okay. Well, my car note. But anyway, my point is, um, when I knew that relationship was going to be coming to an end, it was scary. It was scary because not that I was not independent before, but uh, I was very very independent before that wedding. But well, getting married, I mean, but you know, you do something for a while and it becomes habits. As I understand, it only takes about 30 between 21 and 30 days to form a habit. So um, I formed a habit of depending on somebody, and that that was a lesson within a lesson because, like I said before, that I was very much Nine of Pentacles, very very independent, very very calling my own shots, owning my own home, had all my stuff right, and so it was quite a adjustment for me to paradidomi is the Greek word, but it's submit or come under. You know what I mean? Um, Come under, someone, so anyway, that I wasn't even planning on saying all that for this read, but I guess spirit, let the heavens open. Anyway, yeah, I'll be transparent. If I can help somebody, please, by all means, use me. So anyway, the purpose of this read is for you to kind of reflect. It may resonate with you, it may not resonate with you because it may not be what you learned, the lessons that you learned. But my guys just told me to finish what I learned. Yes, I said confidence, I said self-respect, I said trying to think. Wow, I haven't thought about this in a while. I'm sure it's written down somewhere. And I will say authenticity. That's another thing. I had no choice but to be authentic about who I am, and that once you have worn a mask for a while, it's you know what I mean. You do what you have to do, right? That's what I mean by wearing a mask. You understand me, Divine Feminine. You do what you have to do to keep the peace, to go forth, to live your life, whatever. You do what you have to do. So, um, being authentic about who I am and what I wanted was a major lesson for me. It was a big challenge at the time, but it's a major lesson, and I appreciate everything that I've gone through. And I know that's a message for all of us that we are to appreciate everything we've gone through because if it weren't for those things, we wouldn't be who we are today. So, yay! Thank you, thank you. Anyway, what did you learn from your last relationship? What did you learn? Hmm. I know that's right. You learn to keep that mouth shut. You learn to shh. I don't hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Look at the pictures, you guys. Temper your criticism. You learn to temper that criticism, whether it was your own inner critic or whether it was you putting your mouth. Well, I was going to say putting your mouth on somebody else. Now, in church, when we said that, that meant gossiping about somebody. But for some reason, as I'm saying it now, it just doesn't seem like it means that, does it? Anyway, so I'm going to say whether it was you criticizing another. How about that? We got it. Come on, y'all, come back. Okay, so number 14 is a 5, and number 33, which is a 6. I love it. I'm not going to even go with the 6 plus 5 is 11 thing. I'm not going to even do it. Before I get into the meat of the reading, guys, I want to get one card for you from your guardian angel. Man, that okay? Those are two, so I say one. It's like that one. Thank you. Okay, that was easy. They said you said one here. Did y'all see that? You said one here. Go. Anyway, the card is action. It says the message is drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So if you were wondering, should you fully open your heart? That's why we did that song, Spirit, let the heavens open. You wonder if you should fully open your heart to this person? Absolutely. Absolutely, my darling. But what if I fall? Oh dear, what if you fly? Yeah. So Spirit wants you to take action. So that's positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you, to start this new and exciting venture. But first, before you go off into the wild blue yonder, your person may be military, particularly the Air Force. But shout out to military branches, all the armed forces. Thank you. Thank you for your service. But anyway, um, where was I? I'm sorry, y'all. All of a sudden I just saw this flag waving. Somebody might have a flagpole, not a flagpole. What is it on their garage? You know what I mean? A flag outside, hanging outside their garage. I mean, that might be a thing or a thing for somebody, but there's a flag that's waving. I'm sorry, what flag? The American flag, the United States of America. So anyway, the old red, white, and blue, old glory is what I'm hearing. So yeah, somebody might have a very, very strong military background, like your granddaddy, your daddy, your cousins, your uncles, your brother. Like I feel like a very strong, yeah, again, military heritage. But anyway, and maybe that is why. Let me say this. Maybe that is why you were very critical of your partner because you know you grew up in order and in discipline. You grew up in maybe in a regimented home or something. Your father figure was very strong, maybe could be a strong disciplinarian, or like I said, military, and maybe you traveled a lot. You guys moved around a lot, so you have always been very transient, you know what I mean, in the past. Now I know we digging kind of deep. This may not be a read, but I still have to tell the messages, give the messages. But I do feel like dealing with you, like what you learned from your last relationship, that your person taught you that there's a way to say things. You know what I mean? I think you learned how to phrase your requests, your criticism. I feel like you learned how to phrase really well. Your grammar improved. The way you handle people and things improved being with your last relationship. Okay. And you also learn what a soulmate really is, what a kindred spirit, or what chemistry and attraction really is. That's what I believe. I believe that you learned what it means to be for you. You learned a new meaning for love. I feel like you've learned the truest meaning of love, and that is even though you and this person ended, you learned unconditional love because this person taught you that it would be really, really nice. It's a real strong indication that you are compatible with someone when no matter what they do, no matter what you could criticize about them, no matter what they do, you still have love for them. You still can hold space for them. So I feel like that was another lesson that you learned about, what a soulmate um, means, right? And also, I feel like in this relationship, you probably met someone else, and while you were still trying to figure out the future of this relationship, and that person was your soulmate. Like you knew there was something about them that was very um, gravitating. Something was very, I'm feeling like dense, but not bad. But it's like a heavy. There was a weightiness, WEIGHTINESS, a weightiness. I'm spelling because I have a diphthong, y'all. I'm from the South. I'm from South Carolina, so sometimes I'll slip into an accent. So I said waiting. Anyway, um, so you knew this person was your soulmate while you were ending this connection, but those are the things that the last relationship taught you. Why am I having a hard time talking? Oh, because I said that temper your criticism. I said that I would read the book messages. Let's go to the soulmate message first, please. Thank you for your patience. Bear with me. Bear with me. I won't be too much longer here. It says, open your heart and invite sacred love. All right. So it says, your soulmate is not far from you. Told you, some of y'all already met your soulmates when you were still unconnected. It says, to connect with them, you need to open your heart, call them in, and have patience. If you're not ready to accept your soulmate, keep working on self love. You will be drawn to your soulmate like a magnet and feel an immense sense of familiarity, like you've known them before. Your capacity to love will increase dramatically and you will experience higher states of consciousness. No one can touch your heart in the same way that a soulmate can. And it's important to note that a soulmate will not necessarily be your partner. Now, that's not for this, all of you, but I'm just saying he or she may come in a completely different form than you imagined, but they will offer you incredible wisdom, growth, and expansion. And be aware that we connect with our soulmates when we are ready to truly evolve and move to the next level of consciousness and life experience. We attract them into our lives when we need to open our hearts fully and learn about unconditional love. Amazing. So, again, you connect with your soulmate when you're truly ready. And I feel like that's why you're being told to take action right now by your guardian angels, because you have met your soulmate. And what your last relationship taught you was, yeah, this is not my forever. And I feel like for many of you, that was a hard pill to swallow, right? And maybe your inner critic was having a field day telling you about your many, many failures and your many, many reasons why nobody's going to ever be with you, or why you can't keep a man, or you need to heal because you've got so much going on. You know what I mean? I feel like your inner critic was, working overtime, but, just like Spirit said, don't say nothing, don't hear it, and don't look at it. You know what I mean? That's Spirit's advice, for you, even if you're still kind of healing in this area. Don't look at it, don't give any credence to it. That's your inner critic, and you need to silence. Shh, see that? Shh. Silence your inner critic. So let's talk about tempering your criticism, and then I'll start to close up the message, y'all. This has been good. So it says, become discerning instead of critical. When you are critical, you harden yourself and literally put energetic knives into others. You also block yourself from becoming a more refined, sensitive, intuitive human being. Your healing pathways get blocked and your bones and muscles begin to degenerate. Some of you all were feeling within that relationship, that last connection you were in, you were feeling the criticism in your body, in your bones, and in your muscles. You were beginning to feel maybe a literal feeling of weakness. You know what I mean? Your body was degenerating because that relationship was draining you. It was pulling you down, and it probably was pulling them down as well. All right. So when you are harsh and critical with yourself, you lose life force energy, your self-esteem. You lose your self-esteem and you become depressed. Your ability to be flexible, think deeply, and receive new, higher wisdom is also limited. So it says, start looking for what is good, holy, and beautiful in each person. In each person, develop discernment. That's why it's so important to forgive. We don't have time for all that baggage. We don't have time. As high as we are climbing, we don't have time to carry heavy baggage, right? So it says, start looking for what is good, holy, and beautiful in each person. Develop discernment while still encouraging yourself and others to grow. Try to see things from several angles in order to create more objectivity and gentleness in your counsel. Practice self-kindness. This card also asks you to start to experience yourself, others, and the world from a more compassionate point of view. Look at every challenge as a possibility for growth. So what's interesting is you're being told to change your perspective and start looking at others. You learn compassion. You learn this. The last relationship taught you compassion even for others, because I feel like even the person that you're no longer with, or your ex, if you want to say that, is, you can still find a place in you that doesn't hold bitterness or resentment or anger or pain. And if not, it may feel foreign to you to even have that concept because of what you've gone through with your ex, but it can happen. It can happen. And if you are moving at the rate of speed that spirit is showing me that this collective is moving and healing and shifting, then you'll be there. You'll do it. You'll surprise yourself. Okay, let's get one or two cards on per. Yeah. Yeah, you got it from your mom. Your mom, you probably had a very critical mom, a very critical mom, and maybe a very like I said, a very disciplined dad, a strong father. There was a strong male lead, I'm going to say, in your life, and they probably were very very King of Swords, not touchy feely, but very exacting. Okay, so you learn that criticism and that perfectionism from your childhood, your upbringing, seeing how you were treated. Okay, yeah, duh, right. You learned it from the home, so we'll leave that alone. Um, so that's the message. Okay, soulmate. Let's see what they give us for soulmate. What is the message for soulmate? Let's clarify. Let's go a little bit deeper. Ooh, okay, right. So there you go. All right. So you put up with a lot, right? Because like I said, the father, you had a very, very strong father figure, a very that drove a very hard bargain. You know, like I said, the soulmate card comes when you recognize you're ready to love. And I feel like you had to go through, you probably had a lot of trouble in your relationships with attachment and with kind of letting go of control, right? Because your father, you had a very strong paternal figure that kind of ruled the roost, if you will, and they probably felt very distant because they spent a lot of time either traveling for work. Because, like I said, I feel like I see a military connection here, but they either traveled for work a lot, they were gone, involved in their work, and so uh, you develop a pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable men because that was what your masculine archetype or your masculine example was. It was disconnected. It was tough. So when you did, have a relationship, you probably were very much in your masculine energy. You were because it was coming from a place of fear, and that's why you're so controlling, and the controlling led to the criticism because you had to explain why you had to have things a certain way. So of course, it just came out to the person that you were with in the last relationship as just, man, you criticize everything they did. They couldn't do anything right because, like I said, this father figure that you had in your past, right, your childhood. So like I said, the way you learn to love and the examples you had around you. So we're not going to go any deeper. It's like 18 minutes. I'm gonna leave that right there. And but he's healing me. Let's get some advice from spirit, or some more, just a message from spirit. Oh, I thought that was a different deck. I thought I saw moonology mixed up in this deck. Y'all know I'm known to mix decks up. Oh, is that a good shuffle? Okay. And I'm gonna split and take it right up the top. All right. Ooh, my the deck was upside down, guys. So I'm gonna turn that card around because there are reversals in this deck. But it's number 54. Those of you who are keeping up with the numbers, which is a number 9, 5 plus 4 is 9. But this is the Sweat Lodge. So let's look at the picture just a moment. Yeah, this woman is going into some preparation, preparation, and some processing. I try to say both. You probably feel like you've been processed and prepared, right? But this is the Sweat Lodge. Let's get the message as we close. I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with me. Thank you so much for your love, like, share, subscribes, comments. So the Sweat Lodge represents the womb. I told you she was going somewhere. The womb of Mother Earth. Volcanic stones are heated in a fire outside, then brought into the lodge and placed in a shallow hole in the center. Participants sit in complete darkness around the red hot stones to sweat away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. Some of y'all need to go on a retreat. You know what if this is you, you know who I'm talking about because you know where you need to go. You need to go around some energy healers, some shamans, some mystics. You need to get away in the mountains. You need to go somewhere where it's green. Okay. You need to get off the grid for 4 or 5 days, 10 days for some of you. But whoever I'm talking to, you know, as soon as I said it, you were like, oh my God, right? Because you've already found the place. I can see you guys sitting around the bonfire. I can see you sitting around, you know, or sitting in complete darkness with those red hot stones, sweating away those old habits, those beliefs, and healing your disease. So it says, when you return humbly to the womb of the mother, you are offered second chances. So those of you who are not going on a retreat, I do feel like you are taking a moment, or you have taken a moment to kind of disconnect from everything and just kind of go within. You've been very, very guarded with your heart and with your love. You've been very, very reserved, more so than you usually are, because of the lessons you have learned in your last relationship, what it has taught you. So, but remember, Spirit said it's time to go. It's go time with that action card. So it says, this is the time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what energies and, sorry, I said energies. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Observe what emerges. Wow. But that too, observe what energies you are feeling, but observe what emerges, and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown, including that last relationship. You've gotten the lessons. Now we out. But do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. So again, those of you who have been called within to just do a little more healing, especially if you have the soulmate, y'all probably are in separation, or you're having a bit of a disconnect. Don't worry, that is actually part of the plan, because separation is actually when the counterparts are healing, are doing their inner soul work. So you're being called into the womb of Mother Earth, Divine Feminine, and you probably are feeling this energy, especially as we start to, the northern hemisphere start to wane down with the from the sun, and go into fall season and then into winter season. So you may be taking like the rest of this year just to kind of get yourself together. But anyway, you learned what you needed to learn, so you never have to see those Egyptians anymore. And listen, I'm not saying Egyptians are bad. It's a biblical reference. Y'all, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But but it's like something you won't see anymore, because Egyptians represented slavery in the with the Israelites. So they wanted to escape Egypt, obviously, and so my reference was, you won't see those Egyptians anymore, meaning that kind of bondage, that kind of pain, that kind of upset that you experienced with this last relationship. You won't have that anymore, because you're healing. And so Mother Earth is calling you to her to say, come on, let's finish the finishing touches. Let's finish the finishing touches. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, guys, I'm going to close it right here. Thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Till we meet again, guys, take care of yourselves, please, and each other. Bye.